Hello everyone, welcome to Worship Media. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell.
Hello everyone, how you guys doing? Welcome to today's broadcast. Go ahead and invite people. We're ready to roll. Okay. Let's share this video everywhere. Let's share it on share it on my page. Let's share it on your page so your friends can see it. Go ahead and invite your friends and let's have a very good discussion. Joseph Olujimi Maduna, you're number one. Thank you so much. Thank you for signing in. Please go ahead and help me share this video. This is a very important topic that we want to talk about today. We're going to be talking about Sowore and injustice in Nigeria. Good afternoon, Godly Denizad. How are you? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and share this video. Today, I'm going to surprise some of you. A lot of you don't know, where I'm coming from, what I have done before concerning Nigeria. I've always been interested in Nigeria politics, all the way here in Canada. And everything about Nigeria has always interested me. And during the past administration, I was part of the Transformation Ambassadors of Nigeria. First, we came into the scene to try to reconcile, the politicians, to try to bring sanity into the political atmosphere. We preached peace under the Transformation Ambassadors of Nigeria because there was so much chaos there. And then towards the end, we pitched our tent with Jonathan. Okay, that was when it was time for him to declare. We put our support behind Jonathan. So I supported Jonathan during the 2015 elections, and a lot of you are wondering, oh, you were a Jonathan man. What happened? Why did you change? Why are you not supporting PDP now anymore? You're going to find out. And the reason why I'm going back to this video I'm going to show you a video. That's one of the videos that I did with the Transformation Ambassadors of Nigeria, Canada branch. One of the videos I did with them, I was a director of media then, and we were supporting Jonathan then. And I'm trying to play this video to let you know that at different points in the life of Nigeria, in the political life of Nigeria, we all have played different roles, and there's a time to move on. We played the role we played, we supported who we supported, and you change as things change. You become relevant. And what I am doing right now is what I feel is relevant to the life of Nigeria. So it is important that I go back, because there is something that I see that is happening right now. Omoyele Sowore is facing injustice in Nigeria right now. He's being set up with a kangaroo court, and instead of people reacting to the injustice that is being meted out to him, all of a sudden they are going back to paint Omoyele Sowore they're trying to paint Buhari as the victim. They're going back to paint Jonathan as the victim, and they're trying to spin the whole thing around against Sowore. That is absolutely wrong. That is not fair. Right now, Sowore represents what could happen to any other Nigerian. That's why we must not play right now. We must not play. This is not the time for us to start pointing fingers. This is not the time for us to go and start blaming Sowore for the role he played in the 2015 or before the 2015 election. And I'm going to actually analyze all the role that they say he played. Let us actually look at it and be able to determine whether it is whether what they are claiming, and I'm going to use the recent statement by Reno Mercury. I'm going to use that as a pointer. I'm going to use that statement as a basis for looking at whether it is justified for people to be promoting the narrative right now that Sowore is getting what it deserves, instead of us talking about injustice in Nigeria. But let me play this video of when we did the Transformation Ambassadors of Nigeria thing in Canada. Okay, let's go. Okay, come on, TV. Before the witches and wizards come attack us again. Let me increase the volume of the video and let us play it now. This was a peace song we did in 2014 before the elections.
We thank you for giving us democracy, and most importantly, freedom to voice our thoughts and feelings. We stand behind you. You are such a great man. We love you for the recognition of women and putting us in high places. We also love you so dearly because you're a true man of democracy and you are not a man of blood. And we're saying peace to you.
I want to use this opportunity to thank our chairman, Dr. Patrick Ivan, for giving us this tremendous opportunity through the Transformation Ambassadors of Nigeria. Thank you, and may God bless you. Peace.
Sana Nigeria, Mwana Bukata Zaman Namia Nigeria, Mwana Sun Zaman Namia Nigeria. Peace in Nigeria, loving the nation, the people you love, it's the people protected, we're building a nation, one day at a time, all let us be wise, let us unite, give peace and change.
To our then First Lady, Her Excellency, Dame Patience Jonathan, we at Can Canada use this medium to thank you for your years of leading, especially the Nigerian women. Long live the ritual of good luck, Rebecca Jonathan.
We would like to thank all Nigerians who have helped the President of Nigeria, Jonathan, to establish true democracy in Nigeria. For the first time, Nigerians are experiencing what democracy should be all about. We thank you with our whole heart. We ask you to continue to support the move and the push to establish democracy in Nigeria as Jonathan has started. We would like all the people that has also played a major part in the growth of Nigeria to continue to play their peaceful role, their progressive role, and the advancement of Nigeria. And you know, Alafia in Nigeria. Okay, Alafia in Nigeria. This is Nigeria, loving the nation, the people united. It's the people protected. We're building a nation, one day at a time. All let us be right, let us unite, keep this nation.
Coming from a fellow youth, telling y'all the truth out here about politics. I'm telling you, don't fall victim to any politician. No matter what they offer you, no matter what they promise you, I'm telling you, don't be a politician guy.
This is Nigeria, loving the nation, the people united. It's the people protected. We're building a nation, one day at a time. Oh, let us be right, let us unite, keep this nation.
Okay, guys. All right. So let's go out here and come right to this person. You guys know this lady. But before I talk about this, is the former minister under the Jonathan administration. She was also a minister under the Obasanjo administration. So she's been there and she's a very experienced person. And the reason why I went back and played the video about transformation ambassadors of Nigeria and the role that I played under that 2015 campaign is to let a lot of you know that I was a Jonathan man, as you can, put it. Because at that time, I believed that what Buhari had to offer was absolute nonsense. I did not believe in Buhari one bit. I campaigned against Buhari. I campaigned against the APC and whatever they stood for. Okay? But I wanted to realize that after that period, in fact, when that election was going on, I never liked Sahara Reporters. Why didn't I like Sahara Reporters? Because we had become accustomed to a certain, including myself, I must confess this, we had become accustomed to a certain way of doing things in Nigeria. Remember, we have been through this over and over and over again. So there was a tradition, there was a way that news was reported in Nigeria. There was a way that presidential candidates were treated. And if you were involved in politics, you protected your brand. So we that were protecting Jonathan, when Sahara Reporters was coming out with all the, Sahara Reporters was digging out things every day, and it was damaging our campaign. And that's the only reason why I did not like Sahara Reporters. Mind you, I wasn't saying, it wasn't even about whether it was true or false. I didn't even have time to investigate. Anytime he wrote something that was indicting on a member of Jonathan's government, he just hated them. But after the election, I paused and I went back, and the things that even continued to happen after the elections revealed that there was tons and tons of truth in what Sahara Reporters was reporting. Not even, okay, if you can't take it from me, take it from somebody who was a former minister, who was actually the chief minister, the minister of all ministers under Jonathan's administration. Dr. Okonjo Iweala said that time that government the government lacked a will to do the right thing. That is Jonathan's government. That she, who was a part of the government, said they lacked the will to do the right thing. So why would we now go back and blame Sahara reporters for exposing all the people that they were exposing? All of these people who are right now writing and saying that Sowore was supporting Buhari, I have asked them to show me where Sowore was supporting Buhari. What Sowore did was expose Jonathan's government, expose the corruption within Jonathan's government, expose the people who were stealing money in the government. They were after they were just like you have whistleblowers everywhere, just like you have investigative journalists. Go and look at the work that Sahara reporters did. What APC did was APC jumped on. So I'm saying, you want to blame Sahara reporters for doing their job of reporting what was going on, or you want to, it is PDP that lost the election. PDP lost the election. It was the duty of PDP to counter whatever was being brought out there. What APC did was APC just went and they exploited what was out there in the open. They were using what Sahara reporters was reporting. They did not pay him to report that. He was doing his investigative journalism. Just like right now, Sahara reporters exposed the Central Bank of Nigeria. Don't you know why they are holding him? You think it's because of all these reasons that he's giving? No. They are holding him because of all the things that he's been exposing against the Buhari government. If they paid him, why would he still be criticizing them? People are just coming up with all these conspiracy theories that Tinubu paid him. Let me tell you something. Sahara reporters, if they take money from anybody within Nigeria, or I've told even my friends who come and say, Chidi, stop talking. If we tell you this, you don't know what is going on. He went and met Central Bank governor. He came back. We know where. I mean, look at what Reno Omokri was writing. That is very, very pathetic. As somebody who was within the PDP circle during the election, let me tell you something. Within PDP itself, they had already planned a mutiny against JEG. It was not Sahara reporters. Why are they hanging it on Sahara reporters? Was Sahara reporters Amechi, who was president of the, who was chairman of the governors forum? Remember, it was Amechi and Saraki and all of those ones that formed the new PDP. They are the ones that turned against Jonathan. Even the vice president then, architect Sambu, he wasn't even supporting Jonathan. The Northerners in PDP, they had all turned against Jonathan. There was a massive decamp from PDP to, it was PDP that killed itself. It was not Sahara reporters. It was not Omoyele Sowore. Omoyele Sowore was attacking everything that was going on. It was his duty to expose. He's been exposing this thing since. That is why Sahara reporters was being quoted by CNN, was being quoted by Al Jazeera, was being quoted by BBC. You cannot be selective. When he exposes something that affects you, you turn and say he's a bad person. When he exposes something that affects somebody else, you clap for him. No, now, you can't choose. He just exposes people. That is his duty. That is the kind of brand of journalism that he does. And he is being, hear this very, very clearly. He is being sponsored by the MacArthur Foundation. It is not a secret. MacArthur Foundation, they were the ones that also sponsored the debate in Nigeria. Go and check. Oyibo people are not like us. When they establish a foundation, they establish it on very, very strong principles. When they sign you on, it is a very, very tall ladder that you have to climb. You have to place yourself above everything. So Sowore himself will be very stupid to compromise and lose the support that he has from the MacArthur Foundation and other foundations that are supporting him in America. No. That is why he cannot take money. He says it openly. That's why he can blast Tinubu. That's why he can blast all of them. That's why. So, wow, how? You think that if Tinubu gave him money, you think that if Lamido gave him money, you think that if all of them gave him money, that they will not expose him. They will expose him now. It will be out there. And the MacArthur Foundation and every other foundation that supports him, they will. Don't you see what happens when people, a brand is supporting a star, and the star just maybe says one sentence, you just make a statement that they say the statement is racist. You see all of them, they will just pull away from you. They will stop supporting you because they are established on but Nigeria does not, you see, because Nigeria is so corrupt, we don't like things that are straight. If you're straight in Nigeria, they hate you. They say, this one you too do. About relax now. This thing where you do like this. Just relax. Collect the money. Bros, we now. You too harsh. About this small something like this where you can just collect money. Everybody just share money. You don't know now. Honestly. So what Sowore did I confronted Sowore the first time I met him. And we're talking about this politics. I said, Sowore, listen, you cannot be running for governorship and you cannot be running for presidency when you yourself were on Buhari's side during the 2015 election. I said, I didn't like you. I said, sure, I didn't like you. I didn't like because you were against us then when we were campaigning for Jonathan. I said, Chidi, listen, my brother. I did not work for APC. What happened was I did not like the corruption within the Jonathan administration. They actually went after him, trying to bribe him. We didn't know all of these things. I didn't know it. I was busy campaigning. But let us face facts. I would like somebody to go and bring out all of those reports that Sahara Reporters was making against the Jonathan administration. Place it side by side and let us see. I challenge Reno Omokri to place it side by side and don't just don't give us these theories that you think we don't know. We know. No. When Sowore publishes things, when he published the names of corrupt officials and the houses that they bought, he will give you the street names of those houses. When he publishes an audio recording between one official and another official, he will play the tape. When he published, when the central bank governor was talking about, now wow, we have to change the figure. So he published the recording. That is what I want to see. I want someone to publish a recording, a transaction between Omoyele Sowore and APC people, Tinubu. Come on. When you don't do that, all of this narrative that you're starting to say right now, say, oh, yes, Omoyele was the one that installed Buhari, let him suffer. No, that is absolutely wrong. And this is the wrongest time to be saying it. You cannot kill the messenger. You cannot follow and kill the messenger. You cannot go and bring a grievance that you had since 2014. You're bringing it down in 2019 because you think right now this is the worst time to be doing that. If you have a personal, one of my friends said that the reason why he hates Sowore is because Sowore published a story against him. Because Sowore published a story against you, okay, fine. You hate Sowore, but let us talk about the matter right now. Answer me. Do you think it is justified for the federal government to lock Omoyele Sowore up right now? Just come and tell me that, yes, the federal government is doing the right thing. Let's just forget about who he is. I'm saying, even if it is Chidi Nwayanwo that is locked up right now in the circumstances under which Sowore was locked up, will it be correct? Will it be correct? Even if it was my worst enemy that the federal government of Nigeria locked up, kept for 45 days, and at the end of 45 days is charging him for treasonable felony, that he that is the question right now. So Reno Omokri, he was right, he was going left and going right. He said, well, I don't support that he should be incarcerated, but he was the one that installed. Let me tell you something, guy. Give it to him. See, if you are a thief, Igbo people have a proverb. They say, onye na-eri awọ ya rie nke gbara agba. Ọ ga-abụ akpọ gị ori awọ ga-ericha ya ga-aza. If you want to eat frog, eat the one that is very fat, so that when they call you frog eater, I say, yes, it is me. And when people see the frog that you ate, they'll say, this guy is a bad frog eater. If you're going to steal big steal, so that when they call you stealer, when they call you thief, you come out and say, yes, I stole $1 billion. People say, this guy is bad. They'll go and do film about you. Don't you see criminals, they do films about them. What I'm trying to say is that if you are going to be a journalist, be a bad journalist. Do investigative journalism. Do what people don't expect. Go and get news from where people least expected it. So Sowore did a fantastic job. You see, Nigeria is funny. Nigeria is the only country that will tell their own, that will say their own is terrible. Nigerian doctors will be in Nigeria. Nobody will give them job. Nigerian engineers, Nigerian architects, nobody will give them job. They will give the job to fake contractors. They will go and do substandard job. But when these our professionals go abroad, guess what? They'll be doing marvelous things. They'll be employed by the best companies outside Nigeria. That is what Nigeria is. If Sowore was domiciled in Nigeria, if Sahara Reporters headquarters was in Nigeria, I'm telling you, he would not achieve all the things that he achieved. But he was operating from outside Nigeria in New York City. He had, I'm telling you, when all those are politicians during the Jonathan era, we were in Nigeria, we didn't even know what was going on. A lot of the times when all the transactions that were going on, we didn't know. When Yaradua was dead and they were trying to smuggle him, was that not during the PDP administration? Was it not Sowore that exposed that? During Yaradua, before Jonathan came in, was he not criticizing the government? Was he not the one that showed where Yaradua was before Jonathan even took over? So why are we suffering from selective amnesia? Selective amnesia, for my fellow people that went to night school, means when you decide what you want to remember, want to forget. Your brain, you forget, or when you want to pray and say, God, forgive me for the sins that I committed. You just suddenly forget the sins that you committed. You don't want to call them names. You just say, forgive me for all the bad things that I did. Call them their names. Now say, God, I've forgotten all of them. That is selective amnesia. But then you remember all the things that you prayed to God. God, you know, I prayed about this, I prayed about wife, I prayed about car, I prayed about money, I prayed about success, I prayed about, you remember all those ones. So why is it that when we want to remember the job that Omoyele Sowore did, why is it that when we want to remember the work that Sahara Reporters did, the investigative journalism that they did, we only remember when it was against Goodluck Jonathan? That is very, very unfair. And because of that, we look injustice in the face right now and we say that yes, it is justified. How dare you say that what Buhari is doing right now, that what DSS is doing right now, that what the judiciary is doing right now is justified. That is absolutely wrong. That is absolutely wrong. Injustice to one is injustice to everybody. So you cannot be there and be saying that Omoyele Sowore deserves to suffer what he is suffering. No, you cannot say that. You cannot say that. If you think that what he is doing is wrong, what you must do is come out with your own version of what you think should happen. That's what we want to see right now. Can you imagine the kind of government that we had? Let me explain to you what actually happened, because a lot of you don't know. So let me analyze for you what is happening with Omoyele Sowore's case. When they went and they kidnapped him because he was calling for revolution now, they did that because they were paranoid, they were jittery, they were afraid of what will happen. So they went and captured him. I wish they were bold enough to say, yes, we captured him because we feel that we have the power to do it. But they gave a reason. Why must you look for a reason? They say, oh, you know, it's because of the video he did with Idris Abdul Karim. That's why we captured him. Channels TV just fired on the thing. They were sure that what they were doing was what Omoyele doing was very, very. This guy that does Channels TV, politics, whatever. He was there defending what they were doing. What the federal government gave us a reason. They went and cited the Arab Spring. They went and cited this one, that one, this one, just to try to justify capturing, kidnapping Omoyele Sowore. When that did not fly with Nigerians, when Omoyele's lawyer put heat on them and said, listen, you guys must not keep him for 45 days. They quickly said, oh, it is because he met with Nnamdi Kanu in New York. It is because he went to Dubai. It is because this, that, all flimsy excuses. They thought that one would hold while they were still doing their investigations. Omoyele, they did their investigation. This investigation that they said they did in 45 days is a lie. Oh. The investigation they did was the same week that they captured, they kidnapped Sowore, because Sowore said it. When they went to visit him, he told us, he said that they told him in strict confidence that when because they got access to his bank. That's what happens in Nigeria. Okay, maybe because they're security agencies, they have a right to everybody's account. But they had access to his account. That's where they saw all the transfers that you see, the thing about Sowore is people just make up things about him. But you think he is stupid? Don't you hear the proverb that those who live in glass houses should not throw stones? Sowore knows that he is living in a glass house, so he cannot afford to do some stupid things. He knows that one day they will have access to his bank account. So he's not dumb. He has to keep his records straight. So when they gain access to all his bank accounts, they gain access to all of that. They got whatever order, and all the banks give them access to his bank account. They came back and told him that they were shocked. They thought they would find big monies in his bank account. What did they see? They saw him, Omoyele Sowore, transferring money from his bank account in America to his bank account in Nigeria and to another, his Sahara Reporters bank account. Come on. That's all they saw. So they finished their investigation since that time, and they kept looking for something to put on him. Suddenly now, they are no longer talking about his meeting with Nnamdi Kanu in New York. I thought they would have continued with that because they knew it's not going to hold any water. Now they're talking about money laundering. They've lined up 5 or 6 people that they want to bring to court. Okay, we are waiting now. We'll see what happens. So, what I'm saying is this. This is not a time to be jumping up and down with conspiracy theories. You may not like Omoyele Sowore, but he is who he is. He does a fantastic job with journalism. Somebody with his laptop alone, he beat all the mainstream media in Nigeria. He beat all of them hands down. That is something you should appreciate him for. That they can look inside Africa. Remember, it was Sahara Reporters. His focus was on the whole of Africa. When you go to his blog, it was just online media. It was just online. But he dismantled a lot of people with his laptop, with his internet page, with a blog, a page on the internet that he established. You log in, you establish that page free of charge on the internet. With that alone, he was able to bring lots of governments to their knees. He became somebody that they feared so much. You feared somebody who was using the pen and paper, as it were. That is the power of journalism. And he didn't even train as a journalist. He didn't go to any journalism school. This is something that he did based off of his zeal, his desire to see things done correctly in Nigeria. It was born out of his sense of activism. And that is what is firing a lot of us. That is what is giving a lot of us the boldness and the confidence we have to speak the truth to power. And so you can hate him all you like, but you cannot dismiss the fact that injustice is injustice. So I beg you that right now that Sowore is undergoing what he is undergoing under this government, you must do yourself a favor. You must do your generation a favor and stand up against injustice. All this PDP, APC thing, forget about it. Was it not the same people that left PDP and went and formed APC? Was El Rufai not in PDP? How soon have you forgotten? Was Saraki not in PDP that time before they went to APC? And from APC again, they ran back to PDP again. The same Saraki that was PDP went to APC, came back to. It's the same people now. So just forget about all those people. Forget about JEG. Forget about Buhari. Forget about all of these old politicians. Let us talk about the new Nigeria that we want to see. Don't go back and be. Me too. I was supporting PDP. I was supporting Jonathan. But those ones, Obasanjo, Buhari, IBB, all of them. How long will they continue to be relevant? They are no longer relevant. They are no longer relevant. We are talking about 2019. We are talking about places where people no longer, where cars are driven. You just enter and you put your destination, and just like the car has become GPS. That's what we are talking about now. Don't be bringing up issues about PDP and using that to say Omoyele Sowore is not facing injustice. Can you even listen to yourself? Let us focus on what is happening right now. Is somebody being denied of their fundamental right of expression in a country like Nigeria? If your answer is yes, then speak up against the government and speak up for Omoyele Sowore. That's what we want to hear right now. If you think that the federal government is right, then just stay on speaking about the federal government right now. Don't come and tell me that yes, he did this thing in 2014 and so he should suffer right now in 2019. Suffer for what? Suffer for saying that they should pay workers their minimum wages. He should suffer that he said roads should be built. He should suffer because he says that the government is trying to Islamize Nigeria. Is that why he should suffer? He should suffer because he said they should build hospitals in Nigeria to take care of your kids in Nigeria, to take care of the old people in Nigeria. That's why he should suffer. He should suffer because he says that it is because of the bad condition in Nigeria that our people are dying in South Africa. He should suffer because he went down to South Africa himself. He went there. You don't understand. He took his camera. He risked himself to go and bring us messages about our people suffering in South Africa. Is that why he should be incarcerated? He should suffer because he exposed what the central bank governor was doing with our money. Is that why he should suffer? What are you telling me? He should suffer because he's exposing the ills within the government. He should suffer because he exposed all the houses that our officials are buying in foreign lands. He exposed them, the numbers of the houses and all that. Is that why he should suffer? So he should suffer and Buhari should be walking up and down. Can you imagine? You choose Buhari over, because that is the clear choice we have right now. When the campaigns was going on, you people said, oh, we just have to choose between two devils. And I told you, why should you choose any devil at all? Look at what we have right now. We said, do not choose APC. Do not choose PDP. You said, no, we cannot choose Sowore because Sowore is not big enough. We have to choose. And yes, we know Buhari is bad, though. We know that Atiku too is bad, though. But let us just choose one of them. And you ended up with all that stupid and foolish talk. Instead of seeing what is happening right now, we just continued joking with our future until we ended up in Buhari's arm. And that's why we are where we are today. Let us face what is going on right now. Should we be fighting over Big Brother? That, do you know that Big Brother Nigeria do you know that Big Brother started in London, in UK? But I don't even think they're doing it anymore in UK. Do you know when people vote for reality shows in all those countries, a lot of them vote free on the internet? You just go on the internet and you cast your vote free. In Nigeria, you cannot cast any vote for Big Brother Nigeria without paying about, I think, is it 30 naira, 3,000 naira or whatever. You have to pay with your MTN, with your Glo, with your Airtel, whatever. Credit, you have to pay. And yet, Nigeria is voting on these nonsense reality shows 5 times more than the people who even started it. And these people have more population than us. Isn't that the height of stupidity? I'm telling you, young people in Nigeria, I saw this video. You are fighting over, can you imagine? We are going to protest against Bobrisky. Let me see any of you come here and say, bros, can you help me do something? You know, I have this. Don't call me. If I don't see you going to protest, I've warned you. Don't text me. My number is free. It's open. My number is not hidden. I've said it a million times. My number is +1 647 989 2837. Dr. Chidi Wanyanwo. That's my number. It is public in notice. It's open out there. If you like, call me and tell me your brother, father, sisters, mothers died, and then you are trying to start a business. If you cannot go and fight out there for your right, for your country, if you don't want to take your country back, hell no, I don't want to be part of it. I'm telling you, I'm beginning to pull back from caring about what happens to young people in Nigeria. Because you would expect that they will rise up when they are playing match. Countries that are outside Nigeria, people that are look at all those players are making their millions. You come on this, oh, we are playing today. Who is watching the match? Oh, Gunners. Hey, come on. I don't have anything against you being in support of any Man U, this one, that one. No. You can be a sports lover and love any team that you like. But it is appalling when a Nigerian youth will spend 90% of the data that he has bought with the money that he told me he doesn't have a job. I don't even know how you perform that magic. You don't have a job. You don't have a job, and yet you wear the best clothes. I don't have anything about, don't get me wrong. I desire that you have the best in life, but please, I can't figure out how this thing happens. You don't have a job. You've not had a job since you left school, but you have the most expensive phone. You have all your media accounts are updated. You buy credits to make calls. You buy credits to be data to browse, and you are making comments. You're posting on Instagram, on Facebook, on Snapchat, on WhatsApp. You're there all the time. How do you manage? Where is the money coming from? And when you get this, I don't understand. After this show now, a lot of you are going to call me. A lot of you will text me. A lot of you will inbox me. A lot of you will send me proposals. So that means you appreciate the fact that your country is in a big mess. But you are sitting inside that country. You are the one that is sitting 6 people inside a taxi. You are the one that is swimming water or flooding to go and see your friend. You are the one that has dead people surrounding you all over the place. You are the one that goes for a job interview where they are going to take 100 people and you see 2,000 people. You are the one that you are walking on the road and your senator, your House of Representative person passes you with 10 cars, brand new cars. Each of them is worth about 40 million. And I'm not kidding you. I see people drive the 2019 model of big cars and they line them up, 10 of them with siren. They run you off the road. They splash water on you. You know these people. You do not have access to them. Shebi before they said, oh, if you have tinted glass, the police will arrest you. Recently now they say, no, the police does not have right to arrest people who have tinted glass. Why? Because they are all afraid and they are now tinting their glass so that when they are passing, we do not know that it is them. The law changes when it is in their favor. You know all these people. Why are you not attacking them? Why are you not writing things against them? Why are you not taking up placards to go and protest against these people? If you don't know what to do, tomorrow, Sowore is going to be arraigned at the court in Abuja. If you are really a serious Nigerian youth, I expect you, the same way you came out to protest against the Koza pastor, the same way you came out to protest against the House of Reps person that slapped the woman, that is the same way I expect you to carry placards to the court and let the government of Nigeria know that holding Omoyele Sowore is against, holding Omoyele Sowore for speaking up is against his constitutional rights as guaranteed by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That is what I expect you to do. If I see you in that protest at the court tomorrow, take a snapshot of yourself and send it to me, and I promise you 10,000 naira. I'm telling you, go to Omoyele show, go to the court tomorrow. Carry your placards. Take a snapshot of yourself. I've sent, you know my number right now. Send it to me and see whether I will not send you that money. But those of you who you will go and you sleep from morning till night, and you know the time when I'm up, you know everything about me, then you come and start sending me message about how you need me to send money for you. I'm not going to send any money to you. Enough. Don't do. Me too, I work very hard here. I walk. I use my hand to walk. I'm telling you, go and walk. If you go to the site and you carry concrete, and you're going to hate me for this, go to the site and carry concrete. When you carry that concrete 2 times and it pains you, then find out who is your member of House of Reps. Start with your councillor and go and ask him question. You know his house. Go and ask him question. By the time you ask him, by the time you go block your councillor and ask him question, your councillor will talk to your member of House of Reps. Your member of Reps, they will gather together and they will talk to the senator. I'm telling you. Or you even start from your state. By the time you handle your councillor and check out his plots and discuss about the Ekweremadu with him, by the time you finish, and he will run to the chairman of the local government. By the time the chairman of the local government is, engaged in an Ekweremadu discussion, then he will escalate to the governor. And before you know it, they will do what you want. Why do you think the federal government is suddenly charging Omoyele Sowore? They were waiting to get another 45 days. They were all relaxed. Then we went and did a demonstration at the United Nations headquarters. Then, because Buhari is coming to New York, and they know that the Amnesty International already indicted the government, and United Nations is not a place where they look you in the face. Actually, they look you in the face and they tell you the truth. And they already published the Human Rights Index of everybody, and Nigeria is way at the bottom. And they already told them about Omoyele Sowore because of all the letters that we wrote to them. Even Okonjo Iweala wrote letters to them. A lot of other people. The leaders of Take It Back movement, the leaders of the Coalition for Revolution, Patrick Odorige, a lot of other people have been right. And you forget that Omoyele Sowore belongs to the International Committee of Journalists. All of them, you may not be seeing it, but a lot of pressure has come under the Nigerian government because these people know who to write to. And so all of a sudden, at the end of the 45 days, just a night before the end of the 45 days, when they couldn't get an extension, they quickly went and they charged him to court. If you look at those charges, you can tell that it's just like somebody that came out of law school. Even a graduate of any law school in Nigeria will do better. But they had to rush it. And then they know that on the 24th, on tomorrow, we are going to be in New York to tell the world how bad Nigerian government is. So it will be a shame on you people in Nigeria if I am in New York, abroad, protesting for you, fighting for you, and you are there sleeping, eating amala. I'm telling you, what betide you if I'm in New York carrying placard and saying that it should be well with you in Nigeria. You in Nigeria, you go and eat amala and pounded yam and come to Facebook and come to my inbox and be asking me for money. The kind of thunder that they never even manufacture. It's annoying now. Every day we leave what we're doing. We keep talking. See my voice don't go. Talk about Nigeria. You talk. A lot of my friends have abandoned this talk a long time ago. Do you know the population of Nigeria in Toronto? In this Toronto alone, we are more than 200,000. 200. Do you know what 200,000 is? We're more than 200,000. But go to associations of Nigerians here. On our WhatsApp group, we can't even fill the whole 287 people that you need on the WhatsApp group. We're 150, 220. Out of 100,000, 200,000 people. Do you know why? Because they don't care. The people here, they don't care. They don't care anymore. So those of us that still manage to care, when we go and do these things, and we expect that if we do one, you should do 200 now. Why should I cry more than the bereaved? Why should I be drinking Panadol for your own headache? It doesn't make sense now. Omoyele Sowore left New York, left his beautiful wife, left his beautiful children, left the beautiful environment. Don't you know that abroad can be sweet? Don't you know that abroad life can be easy? You don't know? We do all kinds of job, but don't believe the hype. Abroad is better than Nigeria 1 million times. I'm telling you. Forget it. One obodo Yibo ka obodo Nigeria man. If anybody is telling you want to travel abroad, they don't travel abroad. Oh, that place they don't. It's a lie. Oh, if you can travel, travel. So Sowore left his beautiful place in New York to come down to Nigeria to lead a protest march so that it will be well for you in Nigeria. Then you now, instead of you supporting him, instead of you agreeing to what he's saying, now you are going online to start writing rubbish. All of you people that are writing that rubbish, you better stop it. Oh, stop it. It's not good. That kind of behavior is very bad. Don't do it. I beg. Tomorrow, what I want you to do, if you cannot go to the court because you are in other parts of Nigeria, go and do one-man riot squad. I'm telling you, go and say that, let us see whether Dr. Chidi will not fulfill his promise. No, but I need to cap it. The first, let's see. Let's do the first 100 people. The first 100 people to post their video of themselves rioting, doing one-man riots in the marketplace, doing one-man riots where they will see you. Post it on Worship Media and I will send you money for a recharge card. I will not expose how much I'll give right now. Go to Worship Media, take a picture, do a video and post it up there and you will win something from me. I'm telling you the truth. That is what we should do. And if you're able to go to the courts and demonstrate, that is the best time to do selfie. Do selfie. Let us see that you were there. I'm employing all of you to go and let us show our support for Omoyele Sowore. I'm going to give you information about the court where he'll be arraigned and the time. I'll publish that later on Worship Media, and then I expect you to go there and support him. Oga Reno, I like you a lot, but I'm not happy with some of the things you're writing. This is a time for you to be supporting Omoyele Sowore. This is not a time for us to be rigmaroling with our rhetorics. They work right now. These people are waiting to see leadership. This is a time that you must provide a radical leadership. This is the time for activism. This is not the time to be going to open wounds and blame. So if you blame Sowore, what will happen now? If you blame Sowore for Jonathan, so what will happen? Does it make the right wrong? Does it make wrong right? No, wrong is wrong and right is right. So you may hate Omoyele Sowore, but if you hate injustice, then you must rise up right now and support Omoyele Sowore. You must rise up and speak up against the federal government of Nigeria. You must support all of our efforts to free Omoyele Sowore. You must say, let us free Nigeria. You must stop Buhari from all his activities that makes Nigerians suffer. No to the tyranny perpetrated by the government of Muhammadu Buhari. No to the killing of Nigerians. No to starvation. No to unemployment. No to Kwashiorkor power. No to bad roads. No to hunger. No to everything that is bad. No to Nigeria being the last. Nigeria is no longer the giant of Africa under Buhari's watch. Please. My name is Chidi, and I am coming to you from Worship Media in Toronto, Canada. Remember to like us on Facebook. Remember to subscribe to our channel on YouTube. I'm doing my own. This is my own way of supporting this thing. You self do your own. If all of us do small, this whole thing will change. Okay, that's what we must do. We don't get plenty money, but let us do the small that we can do. Social media is free, so let's go to social media. Let us post things that will make this government know that it don't do us. We don't tire. All right, love you guys. See you soon. Bye bye.